October, the apartment changes. Golden light grows thinner on the wall. The clock no longer fills the room with urgency. His quiet hands just rise and fall. A stack of letters sleeps inside a drawer. They're paper-breathing cedar in old time. I never opened them to find an answer, only to remember how dust catches light. Across the ceiling, shadows stretch like rivers, crossing places no one thinks to name. The evening builds itself with patient fingers, never looking back to who we became. The cooling cup rests near the open window, its fading warmth unnoticed by the street. The air remembers something I can't measure, soft enough to leave without retreat. Every ending teaches space language. Every silence learns another tone. Maybe love outlives its own reflection by quietly inhabiting the known. The evening keeps invisible blueprints, sketching where your presence used to flow. Not a map that leads me back toward yesterday, just gentle lines that only daylight knows. Love became the architecture, the stillness hidden in the corners no one views. Every ordinary room keeps standing taller, because the walls once learned the shape of you. The neighborhood florist sweeps the sidewalk slowly, petals circle softly at her feet. Nothing blooms forever in the windows, still their fragrance lingers on the street. The traffic hum becomes a distant ocean, streetlights bloom like lanterns after rain. The city folds itself into reflections that never quite arrange the same again. A faded sweater hanging near the doorway carries only threads and woven seams, yet every fold collects another sunset, like it quietly preserves forgotten dreams. I brush my hand across the wooden railing, cool beneath the selling autumn air. Even polished grain seems full of whispers no one else would notice waiting there. Some things fade without becoming empty, some things stay by changing into light. Not demanding names or explanations, only breathing softly through the night. The evening keeps invisible blueprints, tracing every silence into gold. Not because the past refuses leaving, but because some warmth outgrows its home. Every staircase holds a slower heartbeat, every window frames a calmer hue. Love became the balance of the twilight, living where the fading daylight grew. I used to think that memory was fragile, like a photograph the rain could blur. Now I think it lives inside small movements, curtains lifting when the breezes stir. Inside the pause train, inside the scent of old pine after evening, inside sidewalks darkened by the rain. Maybe we become what places carry, not the names engraved on passing years. Maybe every ordinary landscape stores invisible constellations here. I don't wait for echoes to return now. They become the breathing of the room, quiet enough to walk beside tomorrow, bright enough to gently outlast gloom. Just unseen compassion everywhere. Every lamp that glows beyond the curtains, every rooftop under silver skies seems to hold a little borrowed kindness, where forgotten sunlight never dies. Love became the outline of the silence, not a story asking to be told. Just the way the darkness greets the window, just the way the autumn softens gold. I can walk through unfamiliar places, still the light finds something deeply true. Every evening redraws the hidden blueprint that the world once quietly learned from you. Night settles gently over every rooftop. The last reflections disappear from view. By late October, the apartment changes. Golden light grows thinner on the wall. The clock no longer fills the room with urgency. Its quiet hands just rise and fall. A stack of letters sleeps inside a drawer, the paper breathing cedar and old time. I never open them to find an answer, only to remember how dust catches light across the ceiling shadow. Before the city fully wakes to motion, the skyline wears a pale and fragile gray. A narrow beam slips through the kitchen window, finding every cup we put away. One crystal glass catches the early morning, holding amber fragments from the dawn. Long after every hand has left its surface, the quiet color somehow lingers on. The refrigerator hums like distant water, steady as a tide no one can see. Houseplants lean toward invisible directions, trusting light they'll never truly keep. The room has learned to breathe without expecting, its heart beats slow beneath the painted ceiling. Nothing here is asked to be remembered, yet everything remembers through its feeling. Maybe what remains is never louder, only softer than the turning day. Like a feather drifting through still sunlight, finding places words can't always stay. There's a color left on empty glass, too faint for strangers passing by to know. Not a stain, not something needing mending, just a quiet warmth beneath the glow. Love became a tint inside the daylight, floating through reflections crystal clear. Every window catches just a little of the light that says you once were here. An old museum opens to the morning, its marble floors remember careful feet. Paintings gather decades in their silence, never asking history to repeat. I pause before a landscape, walk washed in lavender, where distant hills dissolve into the haze. It isn't what the artist chose to capture, it's how the empty space continues to stay. Outside, the fountain circles patient water, coins beneath the surface softly gleam. Children laugh across the open courtyard, breaking through the edges of my dream. Their voices rise and fade into the distance, leaving only ripples in the air. Some emotions move exactly like that, gone from sight, yet quietly still there. Every passing hour gathers layers no one thinks to hold inside their hands. Still the smallest glow survives unnoticed, brighter than the things we try to plan. There's a color left on empty glass, changing with the angle of the sun. Never asking yesterday to linger, never saying anything's undone. Every ordinary morning carries gentle shades too delicate to name. Love became the light between reflections, always different, always just the same. Always just the same. I don't think the heart forgets in pieces, I think it learns the language of the air, learning how to fold forgotten moments into every simple thing we share, into folded blankets near the window, into pages worn by patient hands, into drifting scents of cedar hallways, into footprints fading from the sand. Sometimes memory looks like open curtains, moving when no footsteps cross the floor. Sometimes it's the silence after laughter, resting gently by an open door. Not because it's waiting for tomorrow, not because it's reaching toward the past, only because quiet kinds of beauty often choose the longest ways to last. There's a color left on empty glass, shimmering beneath the evening sky. Not a trace that has to be recovered, just a softer way for light to lie. Every season pours another sunrise through the clear and ordinary view. Still the brightness bends in hidden colors only memory ever really knew. Love became transparent as the daylight, invisible yet shaping everything, like the air inside an open window, like the hush before the birds all sing. I don't carry yesterday behind me, it has settled gently into sight. Every piece of glass becomes a canvas where the morning quietly paints your light. Quietly paints your light. The last reflection slips beyond the table. Evening gathers without making a sound. The glass is empty, yet the color stays, floating where the light is found. Rain begins before the streets are ready, drawing silver letters on the glass. Every drop rewrites another moment, then lets every quiet sentence pass. The house breathes slow beneath the muted weather, wooden floors release a softened sigh. Even empty picture frames grow patient as the afternoon drifts slowly by. A kettle hums without expecting voices. Steam dissolves into a faded beam. The table gathers little pools of daylight, holding pieces of an unseen dream. Nothing reaches out to fill the silence. Nothing asks the silence to explain. Still the room feels gently rearranged by the memory carried in the rain. Maybe echoes never need a reason. Maybe they belong where light has been. Every quiet hour leaves a fingerprint no one ever notices again. Oh, the rain between the windows knows your rhythm, though it never learned the sound of your name. It falls like conversations left unfinished, soft enough to never ask for blame. Love became a weather without thunder, a gentleness that lingers out of view. Every drop keeps touching empty spaces until the whole sky quietly feels like you. The neighborhood cafe unlocks at sunrise. Tiny bells awaken sleepy air. Someone folds the chairs beside the doorway with the same unhurried kind of care. I watch the morning settle on the counter, where porcelain remembers fading heat. Even simple gestures keep unfolding like familiar songs without a beat. The maple leaves lean into passing breezes, tracing circles over cracked concrete. Puddles borrow fragments of the skyline, turning ordinary into deep. I don't search the reflections for your face now. They become their own transparent art. Still they catch the color of a feeling that quietly continues through my heart. Nothing as the seasons to recover. Nothing holds the daylight in one place. Still the smallest shift inside the silence carries something time cannot replace. The rain between the windows knows your rhythm, floating through the corners of the day. Not a voice calling from another lifetime, just a softness that refused to fade. Every rooftop gathers whispered stories. Every gutter hums a silver tune. Love became the space inside the rainfall, always near, but never filling the room. I have learned that memory wears no photograph. Sometimes it is only moving air. Sometimes it becomes the scent of cedar, or evening settling in your favorite chair. Sometimes it's the pause before the thunder, though no storm arrives beyond the hills. Sometimes it's the way the sky grows brighter after every cloud has gone still. Maybe what remains is not the person, but the gentle way the world once turned. Places keep collecting quiet meanings long after every page has been burned. I don't measure love by what has vanished. I measure it by all the unnoticed grace that keeps appearing in familiar moments no one else would ever think to trace. The rain between the windows knows your rhythm, flowing where tomorrow cannot see, like reflections resting on still water, changing every ordinary street. silence, like a candle no one has to burn. Every drop becomes another heartbeat. Every cloud releases something true, and the sky keeps writing gentle stories. Only rain remembers, only rain remembers how the light once moved through you. The last drops fade into the evening pavement. The windows clear without a single sound. Nothing disappeared when the rain ended. It simply found another way to stay around. Gathers softly on the edge of the sink, painting silver circles where your coffee used to cool. The curtains learn the language of an empty breeze, still opening as though someone will step through. Dust keeps drifting in familiar patterns, tiny galaxies beneath the window pane. Nothing calls your name aloud anymore, yet every ordinary thing speaks just the same. I don't chase the sound you left behind. It finds me before I even turn, like sunlight staying on the floorboards long after evening starts to burn. Love became the shape of quiet light, resting where the walls can hardly see. Not a ghost that asks to be remembered, just a glow that settled into me. Every room has learned a softer language, every shadow wears a gentle hue. Even when the world forgets the story, the daylight still arrives with traces of you. The bookstore keeps our silence on the shelves. Between the novels neither one could finish, crosswalk lines hold echoes of slow footsteps, though every passing season makes them thinner. The old blue scarf beside the hallway mirror no longer carries any trace of skin, yet somehow every folded thread remembers the warmth that once convinced the winter in. Some memories refuse to raise their voice, they settle underneath the air, like distant music through an open window, always present, never asking where. Love became the shape of quiet light, floating through the corners of the day, not demanding that I keep on looking, never asking sorrow where to stay. Every object learned another heartbeat, every silence found another view. Even when my hands reach only stillness, the atmosphere is colored back to you. Maybe time was never meant to erase, only soften every sharpened line. The city doesn't carry us together, yet somehow both our seasons Every dawn redraws another view. Nothing here is asking you to return. Still the world keeps carrying pieces of you. When the windows fill with pale reflections, I let them fade exactly as they do. Some lights never truly leave the room. They simply learn another way to move. The train arrives before the morning wakes. Its windows full of skies too pale to hold. A paper cup leaves a fading circle on the weathered bench beneath the cold. The station clock keeps moving without effort, while scattered footsteps disappear like rain. No one notices the empty spaces, except the quiet hidden in my veins. It's strange how absence changes every distance, without asking maps to understand. Even the wind pauses for a heartbeat when it slips between my open hands. Somewhere in the air your outline lingers, not enough to touch, enough to know. Like warmth remaining inside worn out fabric, long after every thread lets go. I never hear your voice inside the silence, still the silence bends the way you knew. Love became invisible surroundings, breathing through the smallest shades of blue. Doorbell still rings the same on Sundays, its echo folding gently through the hall. A shelf of faded poems leans a little like it's listening for a softer call. Outside the sycamores release their shadows across the sidewalk, cracked by passing years. Every branch keeps sketching quiet patterns that somehow resemble vanished years. Nothing reaches back to change the ending, nothing asks tomorrow to rewind. Still familiar corners keep reflecting shapes that never really left my mind. Somewhere in the air your outline lingers, drifting through the rhythm of the day. Not as something asking to be followed, only light that learned another way. The atmosphere still carries hints of you. Maybe memory isn't made of thinking, maybe it belongs to walls and stone. Maybe every place we've ever stood in learns to keep a heartbeat of its own. Clouds dissolve above familiar rooftops, evenings settle softly on the glass. I don't wonder where your footsteps vanished, only how their echoes always last. Somewhere in the air your outline lingers, floating where the sunlight loses form. Like a melody without a singer, like forgotten hands that still feel warm. I've stopped translating every silence, stopped pretending emptiness is through. Love became the weather all around me, changing every ordinary heard and freely move. Some things never ask to be remembered. They become the air that quietly remembers you. By late October, the apartment changes. Golden light grows thinner on the wall. The clock no longer fills the room with urgency. Its quiet hands just rise and fall. A stack of letters sleeps inside a drawer. Their paper breathing cedar and old time. I never opened them to find an answer, only to remember how dust catches light. Across the ceiling, shadows stretch like rivers, crossing places no one thinks to name. The evening builds itself with patient fingers, never looking back to who we became. A cooling cup rests near the open window, its fading warmth unnoticed by the street. The air remembers something I can't measure, soft enough to lead without retreat. Every ending teaches space a language. Every silence learns another tone. Maybe love outlives its own reflection by quietly inhabiting the known. The evening keeps invisible blueprints, sketching where your presence used to flow. Not a map that leads me back toward yesterday, just gentle lines that only daylight knows. Love became the architecture of stillness, hidden in the corners no one views. Every ordinary room keeps standing taller, because the walls once learned the shape of you. The neighborhood florist sweeps the sidewalk slowly. Petals circle softly at her feet. Nothing blooms forever in the window, still their fragrance lingers on the street. The traffic hum becomes a distant ocean. Street lights bloom like lanterns after rain. The city folds itself into reflections that never quite arrange the same again. A faded sweater hanging near the doorway carries only threads and woven seams. Yet every fold collects another sunset, like it quietly preserves forgotten dreams. I brush my hand across the wooden railing, cool beneath the settling autumn air. Even polished grain seems full of whispers no one else would notice waiting there. Some things fade without becoming empty. Some things stay by changing into light, not demanding names or explanations, only breathing softly through the night. The evening keeps invisible blueprints, tracing every silence into gold. Not because the past refuses leaving, but because some warmth outgrows its home. Every staircase holds a slower heartbeat. Every window frames a that memory was fragile, like a photograph the rain could blur. Now I think he lives inside small movements, curtains lifting when the breezes stir. Inside the pause before the kettle whistles, inside the hush beneath the passing train, inside the scent of old pine after evening, inside sidewalks darkened by the rain. Maybe we become what places carry, not the names engraved on passing years. Maybe every ordinary landscape stores invisible constellations here. I don't wait for echoes to return now. They've become the breathing of the room, quiet enough to walk beside tomorrow, bright enough to gently outlast gloom. The evening keeps invisible blueprints, building quiet beauty out of air. Not a monument devoted to the past, just unseen compassion everywhere. Every lamp that glows beyond the curtains, every rooftop under silver skies, seems to hold a little borrowed kindness, where forgotten sunlight never dies. Love became the outline of the silence, not a story asking to be told, just the way the darkness greets the window, just the way the autumn softens gold. And I can walk through unfamiliar places, still the light finds something deeply true. Every evening redraws the hidden blueprint that the world once quietly learned from you. By late October, the apartment changes. Golden light grows thinner on the wall. The clock no longer fills the room with urgency. Its quiet hands just rise and fall. A stack of letters sleeps inside a drawer, their paper breathing cedar and old time. I never opened them to find an answer, only to remember how dust catches light. Across the ceiling, shadows stretch like rivers, crossing place.
Before the city fully wakes to motion, the skyline wears a pale and fragile gray. A narrow beam slips through the kitchen window, finding every cup we put away. One crystal glass catches the early morning, holding amber fragments from the dawn. Long after every hand has left its surface, the quiet color somehow lingers on. The refrigerator hums like distant water, steady as a tide no one can see. Houseplants lean toward invisible directions, trusting light they'll never truly keep. The room has learned to breathe without expecting, its heart beats slow beneath the painted ceiling. Nothing here is asked to be remembered, yet everything remembers through its feeling. Maybe what remains is never louder, only softer than the turning day. Like a feather drifting through still sunlight, finding places words can't always stay. There's a color left on empty glass, too faint for strangers passing by to know. Not a stain, not something needing mending, just a quiet warmth beneath the glow. Love
became a tint inside the daylight, floating through reflections crystal clear. Every window catches just a little of the light that says you once were here. No museum opens to the morning. Its marble floors remember careful feet. Paintings gather decades in their silence, never asking history to repeat. I pause before a landscape washed in lavender, where distant hills dissolve into the haze. It isn't what the artist chose to capture, it's how the empty space continues to stay. Outside, the fountain circles patient water. Coins beneath the surface softly gleam. Children laugh across the open courtyard, breaking through the edges of my dream. Their voices rise and fade into the distance, leaving only ripples in the air. Some emotions move exactly like that, gone from sight, yet quietly still there. Every passing hour gathers layers no one thinks to hold inside their hands. Still the smallest glow survives unnoticed, brighter than the things we try to plan. There's a color left on empty glass, changing with the angle of the sun. Never asking yesterday to linger, never saying anything's undone. Every ordinary morning carries gentle shades too delicate to name. Love became the light between reflections, always different, always just the same. Always just the same. I don't think the heart forgets in pieces, I think it learns the language of the air, learning how to fold forgotten moments into every simple thing we share. Into folded blankets near the window, into pages worn by patient hands, into drifting scents of cedar hallways, into footprints fading from the sand. Sometimes memory looks like open curtains, moving when no footsteps cross the floor. Sometimes it's the silence after laughter, resting gently by an open door. Not because it's waiting for tomorrow, not because it's reaching toward the past, only because quiet kinds of beauty often choose the longest ways to last. There's a color left on empty glass, shimmering beneath the evening sky. Not a trace that asks to be recovered, just a softer way for light to lie. Every season pours another sunrise through the clear and ordinary view. Still the brightness bends in hidden colors only memory ever really knew. Love became transparent as the daylight, invisible yet shaping everything. Like the air inside an open window, like the hush before the birds all sing. I don't carry yesterday behind me, it has settled gently into sight. Every piece of glass becomes a canvas where the morning quietly paints your life. The last reflection slips beyond the table. Evening gathers without making a sound. The glass is empty, yet the color stays, floating where the light is found. begins before the streets are ready, drawing silver letters on the glass. Every drop rewrites another moment, then lets every quiet sentence pass. The house breathes slow beneath the muted weather. Wooden floors release a softened sigh. Even empty picture frames grow patient as the afternoon drifts slowly by. A kettle hums without expecting voices. Steam dissolves into a faded beam. The table gathers little pools of daylight, holding pieces of an unseen dream. Nothing reaches out to fill the silence. Nothing asks the silence to explain. Still the room feels gently rearranged by the memory carried in the rain. Maybe echoes never need a reason. Maybe they belong where light has been. Every quiet hour leaves a fingerprint no one ever notices again. The rain between the windows knows your rhythm, though it never learned the sound of your name. It falls like conversations left unfinished, soft enough to never ask for blame. Love became weather without thunder, a gentleness that lingers out of you. Every drop keeps touching empty spaces until the whole sky quietly feels like you. The neighborhood cafe unlocks at sunrise. Tiny bells awaken sleepy air. Someone folds the chairs beside the doorway with the same unhurried kind of care. I watch the morning settle on the counter, where porcelain remembers fading heat. Even simple gestures keep unfolding, like familiar songs without a beat. The maple leaves lean in the passing breezes, tracing circles over cracked concrete. Puddles borrow fragments of the skyline, turning ordinary into deep. I don't search the reflections for your face now. They become their own transparent art. Still they catch the color of a feeling that quietly continues through my heart. Nothing asks the seasons to recover. Nothing holds the daylight in one place. Still the smallest shift inside the silence carries something time cannot replace. The rain between the windows knows your rhythm, floating through the corners of the day. Not a voice calling from another lifetime, just a softness that refused to fade. Every rooftop gathers whispered stories. Every gutter hums a silver tune. Love became the space inside the rainfall, always near but never filling the room. I've learned that memory wears no photograph. Sometimes it is only moving air. Sometimes it becomes the scent of cedar, or evening settling in your favorite chair. Sometimes it's the pause before the thunder, though no storm arrives beyond the hills. Sometimes it's the way the sky grows brighter after every cloud has gone still. Maybe what remains is not the person, but the gentle way the world once turned. Places keep collecting quiet meanings long after every page has been burned. I don't measure love by what has vanished, I measure it by all the unnoticed grace that keeps appearing in familiar moments no one else would ever think to trace. The rain between the windows knows your rhythm, flowing where tomorrow cannot see, like reflections resting on still water, changing every ordinary street. I can walk through countless different seasons, I can greet each dawn with open hands. Still the weather carries hidden colors only quiet hearts can understand. Love became a light inside the rainfall, not a memory asking to return, just an unseen warmth beneath the silence, like a candle no one has to burn. Every drop becomes another heartbeat, every cloud releases something true, and the sky keeps writing gentle stories. Only rain remembers how the light once moved through you. The rain begins before the streets are ready, drawing silver letters on the glass. Every drop rewrites another moment and lets every quiet sentence pass.
Morning gathers softly on the edge of the sink, painting silver circles where your coffee used to cool. The curtains learn the language of an empty breeze, still opening as though someone will step through. Dust keeps drifting in familiar patterns, tiny galaxies beneath the window pane. Nothing calls your name aloud anymore, yet every ordinary thing speaks just the same. I don't taste the sound you left behind, it finds me before I even turn, like sunlight staying on the floorboards long after evening starts to burn. Resting where the walls can hardly see, not a ghost that has to be remembered, just a glow that settled into me. Every room has learned a softer language, every shadow wears a gentle hue. Even when the world forgets the story, the daylight still arrives with traces of you. Door keeps our silence on the shelves, between the novels neither one could finish. Crosswalk lines hold echoes of slow footsteps, though every passing season makes them thinner. The old blue scarf beside the hallway mirror no longer carries any trace of skin. Yet somehow every folded thread remembers the warmth that once condensed the winter in. Some memories refuse to raise their voice. They settle underneath the air like distant music through an open window, always present, never asking where love became the shape of quiet light, floating through the corners of the day, not demanding that I keep on looking, never asking sorrow where to stay. Every object burned another heartbeat, every silence found another view. Even when my hands reach only stillness, the atmosphere is colored back to you. Maybe time was never meant to erase, only soften every sharpened line. The city doesn't carry us together, yet somehow both our seasons still align. Street lamps bloom above the rainy pavement, windows breathe beneath the evening blue. I don't search for who we used to be now, I simply notice where your light shines through. Became the shape of quiet light, too invisible for eyes alone, living in the quiet of the breathing, making every borrowed place feel known. I can feel it in unfinished mornings, in the hush before the birds begin. Not because you're waiting in the distance, but because your brightness settled in. Every day becomes a little different, every dawn redraws another view. Nothing here is asking you to return, still the world keeps carrying pieces of you. When the windows fill with pale reflections, I let them fade exactly as they do. Some lights never truly leave the room, they simply learn another way to move. The train arrives before the morning wakes, its windows full of skies too pale to hold. A paper cup leaves a fading circle on the weathered bench beneath the cold. The station clock keeps moving without effort, while scattered footsteps disappear like rain. No one notices the empty spaces, except the quiet hidden in my veins. It's strange how absence changes every distance without asking maps to understand. Even the wind pauses for a heartbeat when it slips between my open hands. Somewhere in the air, your outline lingers, not enough to touch, enough to know, like warmth remaining inside worn out fabric, long after every thread lets go. I never hear your voice inside the silence, still the silence bends the way you lose.
endless shades of blue. The bookstore bell still rings the same on Sundays, its echo folding gently through the hall. A shelf of faded poems leans a little, like it's listening for a softer call. Outside, the sycamores release their shadows across the sidewalk, cracked by passing years. Every branch keeps sketching quiet patterns that somehow resemble vanished years. Nothing reaches back to change the ending. Nothing has tomorrow to rewind. Still familiar corners keep reflecting shapes that never really left my mind. Somewhere in the air, your outline lingers, drifting through the rhythm of the day. Not as something asking to be followed, only light that learned another way. Every hallway holds a slower heartbeat. Every doorway catches something true. Though the seasons gently trade their colors, the atmosphere still carries hints of you. Maybe memory isn't made of thinking. Maybe it belongs to walls and stone. Maybe every place we've ever stood in learns to keep a heartbeat of its own. Clouds dissolve above familiar rooftops. Evening settles softly on the glass. I don't wonder where your footsteps vanished, only how their echoes always last. Somewhere in the air, your outline lingers, floating where the sunlight loses form, like a melody without a singer, like forgotten hands that still feel warm. I have stopped translating every silence, stopped pretending emptiness is through. Love became the weather all around me, changing every ordinary view. Every dawn arrives a little quieter, every dust paints softer shades anew. Nothing here is waiting for forever, still the world keeps breathing close to you. If tomorrow opens all the windows, I'll let every curtain freely move. Some things never ask to be remembered, they become the air that quietly remembers you.